Someone's convicted as a pedophile. Would you ever take your family to their island?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Y'all taking this issue that real victims have gone through, and it's almost like politicizing it for a personal political agenda.
But certainly you don't think Thomas Massey and I have done that, right? We always had the survivor.
Well, to a certain degree, where was this energy when you first came in?
Who released the Epstein Files? Was it Joe Biden or was it President Trump?
Well, he did it because Massey and I forced his hand with the...
So why didn't you force Joe Biden's hand? Donald Trump has done more to expose pedophiles than Joe Biden ever did.
On a 1 to...
Crediting Trump for files he didn't release. Congress pushed for unsealing, not him.
Or if you do something wrong, the cops will be at your house and you'll get arrested. In this case, people who had wealth and power, extreme wealth, basically thought that they could get away with doing things that you or I or most people in America can't.
Classic two tiers rant. Fair point on elite impunity.
You've hit the heart of what's wrong with our democracy. Are we going to be for the working class or are we going to be for the Epstein class? And this is why I believe those files weren't exposed for so many decades, because both parties had donors in them, because rich and powerful people knew politicians on both sides. And it was in everyone's interest to stay quiet. But I believe prosecuting and holding the elite accountable, taking risks like Massey and...
Plausible theory on cover-up. Files did stay sealed till 2026.
On a 1 to 10, how much do you trust me?
Right now, sitting in front of you, you released the files, so I'm going to give you like a 6 or a 7.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, that's
And
pretty
Massey?
good. Yeah, Massey up like an 8 or a 9.
How did Massey get a higher score than me?
He's going against party lines.
I went against some party lines.
You did, but he's going against Trump and the Trump base as a result, right?
Okay, that's a fair. The problem is that the Trump administration ordered the redaction of these files in March. They said to redact all of them if anything where survivors had talked to the FBI agents. We didn't see those files. When we went into justice, Massey and I and others, they already had been redacted.
So what you're saying now is that members of
March order. No evidence. Files released DEC 2025 under his law.
some of the highest classification access on this planet, you're telling me that you can't even see the full unredacted files?
No. And let me ask you this. As a Trump voter, would you be for having those files be unredacted?
Let me tell you something.
In March.
I'll tell you this. If they should have always. I trust the American people enough as someone that's going to run for Congress in a couple.
Fair take. Transparency vibes check out.
To quote President Kennedy, we are still opposed around the world by a monolithic and a ruthless conspiracy, whose dissenters are silenced and not praised, whose mistakes are buried and not headlined. No expenditure is questioned and no secret is revealed. And I believe that I trust the American people, I trust the entire population of this country without question, to see the horrors of what has been allowed to go on within the halls of our government so that we can do what needs to be done and reform it from the inside out if necessary.
Well, we need your voice.